Gold is a $20 trillion asset, but it has a major problem that has been plaguing it for millenniums. And Bitcoin fix this. If you have large quantities of gold, let's say hundreds of millions of dollars worth, you have to safekeep it. And to safekeep that gold, you have two options. You can build your own vault with concrete, steel, armed guards, or you can pay a bank to have access to theirs. Most historically have chosen the latter. Now, initially, this is fine, but over time, banks get greedy. And what tends to happen is they issue more paper claims for the gold than the amount of gold they actually have in the vault. This is commonly known as fractional reserve banking or rehypothecation. In theory, Bitcoin does not have this problem. Even if you have billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, you can safekeep it using the same or similar methods as someone with just $100 worth of Bitcoin. Now, this is somewhat understandable. Institutions with a large amount of Bitcoin and many different controlling entities, they need custody that has multiple layers of control, and it can be costly to build such software in-house. But even if they're using a third-party custodian, they can still assure full reserve banking by demanding the custodian publish the verifiable on-chain addresses. Gold is analog, it's physical. It doesn't have this feature. Bitcoin, one of its unique properties is the transparency. Every single UTXO on the network, all 21 million coins, they can be audited and verified by anybody at no cost. In order to assure that Bitcoin does not suffer from the same problems as gold over the long term, the community must demand proof of reserves, especially from publicly owned Bitcoin treasury companies like Strategy. It's in the best interest of Bitcoin, it's in the best interest of Strategy and shareholders. Proof of reserves must be the standard. This isn't to say that Strategy is suffering from rehypothecation. I seriously doubt that. However, it's important that proof of reserves becomes the standard for all Bitcoin treasury companies. Is rehypothecation and paper Bitcoin a long term threat to Bitcoin? I don't think so. Why? Because we've seen examples of what happens to companies that try to do paper Bitcoin. The most prominent example being FTX. As soon as word got out that FTX may not have all the Bitcoin that they say they do, the exchange imploded within days. And uncoincidentally, this actually set the price bottom of the Bitcoin bear market. And it makes sense. When a bunch of people realize they don't have the Bitcoin they thought they did, they're going to flood the market to actually buy that Bitcoin. In a moment of panic, the value proposition of being able to hold your own keys and have complete 100% control over your Bitcoin became glaringly obvious. So, over the long term, I don't think rehypothecation or fractional reserve banking is a threat to Bitcoin, but it's important that publicly traded Bitcoin treasury companies show proof of reserves.